Marriage demolition, update.
I'm honestly not sure if things could have gone much worse for me after posting if I'd tried. And yeah, I'm sure some will say what I do went too far. Was over the top. Or whatever. It seems the law agrees with those people. This update will be a joy for the anti-gun commenters. So let me get this out of the way first so those people can be overjoyed with what I'm facing. I was arrested for communicating threats. Felonious assault. Assault with a deadly weapon and a few misdemeanors, felonies that don't really matter. If convicted of the felonies. Even with no criminal record. If found guilty, I could get over 25 years behind bars. I'm not likely to be sentenced to that long a time in prison. But it is possible. Amazingly. If I'd actually shot Marcus or my wife in a fit of rage, I'd probably be looking at less time. While I was writing my first post, it seems Marcus went to the police instead of to his wife to confess. He admitted to the cops about being found with a married woman. But he apparently managed to get some sympathy from the police. The deputy that took his statements was one of the sheriffs who showed up to arrest me the next day. Everything went peacefully with that, as I didn't resist in the least. In hindsight, I think getting me charged was a preemptive strike by Marcus. Because the judge at my arraignment forbade me from having any contact with Marcus or any of his family members. So, I have yet to contact his wife in any way, shape, or form. But by getting me arrested, he accomplished a couple of other things. I informed my job of the charges, which would not allow me to leave the state. They went into panic mode because my job is so specialized. It took them 2 weeks to find someone with the same training and experience. But now I'm looking for a job. That certainly threw a kink into getting lawyers. Before I could even think about getting a divorce attorney, I had to focus on a defense attorney. I was served divorce papers 2 days ago. It's apparent my wife is going to try and take me for everything. But she and I have not talked since that night. She has called and texted. But I haven't read, answered, or responded to anything. I fucking hate her guts. I'm never getting over this. I'm not going to be able to move on. I'm not getting anything close to my life back. I've been staying with my parents. They have been awesome and very supportive. But this situation I've gotten myself into, there isn't much anyone can say. Right now, everyone is so focused on the criminal charges I'm facing and not going to jail. The fact I've lost my wife and future has been put on hold, so to speak. Even after getting divorce papers. I've heard my mom crying for me in private. This is destroying my parents as well. They shouldn't be worrying their son will be spending time behind bars. They should be focused on their retirement and enjoying life. I guess I haven't just ruined my own life. But I'll be damned if someone didn't destroy mine. I spend most days holed up in my childhood room waiting for the other shoe to drop. I have reason to believe that my wife is assisting Marcus or the police against me in criminal court. She sure as hell isn't obstructing anyone. That's for sure. Again, I haven't talked to her, so I don't know what is going on in her head. But if she hates me for what I don't know as much as I hate her, I guess she's giving me what I deserve. I'm sorry I can't give a better update. Those who always fall in the leave and divorce them camp will be happy to know that will be happening come hell or high water. I just don't know if I will be doing it as a free man or if it will happen while I am behind bars finishing my sentence. I was talking with my cousin the other night and he said something to the effect about when I start dating again. He meant nothing by it. But it was just so. I can't even explain it. Like, forget what my wife did to me and ever having trust in any woman again. I haven't even started to ponder that. And then it occurred to me, if worst comes to worst, my next date could be with some guy named Jerome. My lawyer is trying to actually win my case. Not just keep me out of jail. I appreciate that, and that is what I need to happen. But I can't do prison. If I'm convicted, even without jail time, my career is done for. But prison, I can't endure. I have been in shock since the moment I turned the lights on and saw my wife laying naked on top of another man. This whole incident just keeps getting worse and worse. I feel like I'm watching a movie but can't stop even though I'm disgusted. This sounded a lot clearer in my head that it looks typed out. But that was the best I could do under the circumstances. My life is utter hell right now. And cheating is 100% to blame. Edit. There are several responses in the comment section to questions and comments. I don't have it in me to type all of that out several times. Someone will provide an update in a month or two. If it's me, then great. If not, things got ugly and are only getting uglier. Update 2. I will try and explain what has happened since my update, even though I know I will give incorrect legal terms and words in the process. But from what I was told, it is a federal law for the prosecution and defense to present all evidence and potential witnesses before a trial. There was a reason my lawyer kept the footage of my soon-to-be ex-wife and Marcus cheating a secret. It wasn't like a trial. More like a hearing. But there was a judge presiding. My lawyer actually introduced a USB drive as the evidence but had the footage on a tablet. Long story short, Marcus either didn't know I had proof or forgot I had told him. I did remember putting my phone away after recording them before I pulled my gun. So, he and my wife never saw a phone. He refused to testify. And the charges were dropped. His father is a retired judge and he a business owner. He couldn't have that entered into evidence and seen by the public from a trial with his name attached to it. So, I truly dodged a bullet. My lawyer is almost certain she could have gotten a jury to find me not guilty. But no charges or trial is even better. Marcus left the courtroom before I was allowed to go. As soon as I turned my phone on, I got notifications about missed texts and calls from a random number I assumed to be my wife. I didn't respond to anything because I didn't read or listen to anything. But I was sure she just found out I had video evidence. She was either trying to make peace or war. Her lawyer could talk to my lawyer. And no, I still have not communicated with her in any way, shape, or form. The moment I saw her cheating on me, she was dead to me. If I want to talk to the dead, I'll have a seance. I have a very reputable divorce attorney and he was the person I was first trying to call after charges were dropped. Obviously, the footage will be needed in divorce court. So, I can't go show it to Marcus' wife. Not yet anyway. I'd think she'd hear about things through the grapevine. But who knows? He probably made some sort of preemptive strike and told his wife something just in case. But I highly doubt he made a full confession. My parents were relieved. I called them on vacation to tell them the good, unexpected news. We all were expecting it to go to trial. Nobody truly expected that hearing to end things on the criminal front. Now I focus on divorce and my lawyer has my wife's filed divorce paperwork. It's not going to be the cakewalk my soon-to-be ex-wife thought it would be. As of right now, she is living in the house. That puts me at a disadvantage. But my lawyer is hoping to negate that with some filed paperwork. I do not want to move back into that house. I'd never want to live there after witnessing what I saw. Plus, I heard it needs some repairs and new appliances. But honestly, I don't want her to have it either. With housing prices through the roof, I want it sold outright as well as the land. She shouldn't get it if for no other reason being the one who broke up the marriage. If she wanted to keep living there, she should have kept her legs closed. Actions have consequences. And if she thinks getting some strange D is worth losing a house over, she really shouldn't be in real estate. On the job front, I plan to use this coming week to either get my old job back or get a new job. I don't want to knock anyone out of a job, especially in such a specialized field. But I have to pay lawyers to do things I never wanted to now. I know whoever replaced me cannot have the experience and knowledge I do in addition to knowing the team. I don't think I will be unemployed either way for very long. I never thought I'd say I'll be glad to get back to work. But the last few months haven't been a vacation. I just need something to focus on now besides the divorce. And I want to try and forget that fucked up night. I'm probably lucky I'm not dead and I'm very lucky I'm not behind bars. But the whole situation just pisses me off. Not just the money pissed away on legal fees. The wasted time. The words I believed I now know are lies. The deception. I never knew her. I couldn't have. And to think I behaved like an idiot over someone I never knew is disturbing. I mean, if you want to go postal and beat the hell out of someone over a worthy, loyal, loving woman, have at it. But to go bat sh loco over someone that lied and never cared? Not worth a single punch. And certainly not worth the gunfire. Learn from my mistake. It isn't worth it. But yeah, if people could just be honest with themselves and others, that would be great. My soon-to-be ex-wife keeps reaching out to communicate. The time to communicate was before she gave any part of herself to another man. I want to start over somewhere not too far away from my parents, but far enough away to not run into my soon-to-be ex-wife or her AP. I hate big cities, but small towns have a suckiness all their own. I make great money. Well, I mean, I did and will again. Just starting over with new everything after the last couple of months sounds so appealing. I just can't think of anywhere I want to live. I just know now I don't want to live here. I am so glad we didn't have children. Or this experience would be far worse. It's such a comfort to be able to ghost her and move on without a child forever connecting anyone. And I love kids. I would still love kids one day. But, thank God I didn't have any with a woman that could do that to me. At least I know I can have a life again. A career again. I'm really down on this whole thing called life at the moment. But knowing I have freedom and opportunity gives me hope. I can move on from her as a huge mistake in my life. A tragedy of epic proportions. I know I need therapy after all of this and what I did. I have an appointment scheduled in 2 weeks to start individual counseling. I already know I will get blasted over anger issues. But I need to hear it. And I need someone to help me put my life back together after everything came unhinged. I appreciate the advice given to me here. I appreciate the kind words and even the haters. What I did was fucked up. I admit that. I can only better myself going forward. I can't change who I was in the past. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy my video, please subscribe and leave like.